There's a message on. Okay. So we will call the board meeting to order at it's 7. Since we don't have any public here, we will not have public comment. Approval of the minutes. There are actually a couple of errors that I found when I looked at it. And under the financial planning, we'll meet. We were going to meet so that we could post the job by the December 4th. And
okay, I'll put that in. Post job by September 4th.
yeah, and then it was the heat and the AC, not the eat and AC.
Oh, nuts. All right. No, I know it was heat. Sorry about that. Let me write H. I'll change that.
But I think everything was pretty much
Okay. I was more concerned that I had the doors right and what was wrong with each one. Okay. I can't get anything to print out, so I can't really see what I wrote. All right.
Under financial, I would just remove the footnote that you added $40 because that confused me to no end.
Okay, take out 40.
Tickets, yeah.
All right, no problem. Just writing what happened. Okay. We don't want Ted to get his knickers twisted again. Don't mention it. Maybe hopefully you didn't hear it.
Do we have a motion to accept the minutes as amended?
I make a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
Second.
Who seconded? Sorry, Ethan?
Ethan, all in
Thank
favor?
you.
Aye.
Aye.
There we go. Good.
Okay, you have the list of bills,
Mhm.
pretty straightforward. The one interesting one was the Whiteman Osterman bill for the lawyers, $1,650.
And that's the lawyer that we use for the vote, right?
Like
Yeah.
414.
Which we had approved.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
pointing
yeah.
out that was a,
yeah, no, that's good. I was actually wondering if that had gotten paid, so. There we go.
That was total. It was $1,650 total for their services for the entire process.
Oh, so we didn't have to put down a retainer.
that's
Yeah.
the only bill I got.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm not gonna ask for another one.
No, please don't. Yeah, and a lot of that was just the pressure to make sure. The signatures were approved appropriately. That's good. Any other questions? So it looks straightforward.
Want me to make a motion?
I just have one question. The Renaissance Web Solutions, that's the monthly, okay. Yes, can we have a motion to,
I make a motion to accept cap number 231219F in the amount of $14,673.41. Second,
Second.
thanks. I wanted to say it because it was all written down right in front of my face, so I might as well do it.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We have to approve the reports, or do we do that during the other section? Why can't I ever get this in the, right, we do that, do it in whatever, I'm the president. I have to say that I have nothing to report. Other than I really miss you, Alexis. Um,
I miss you all too.
Yeah, it was nice once the vote passed and was, humming towards the end of that whole cycle to just stop thinking about it for a little while. But we'll have to gear up for next year to start thinking about what the next thing, and the hiring will hopefully go easily. So that's kind of my report. Ted, do you have anything to say?
Just that the final figures for the
Final.
cemetery tour, unless somebody's got something somewhere.
And just got another $40.
Anyway, the total profit was $3,266.64, which means we split that with the Little Nine Partners Historical Society. So they get $1,683.32, and we get $1,683.32.
And that goes under the annual Board of Trustees fund
Right.
income. Okay. Great. Any other questions? For Ted? I think we're good. With that, Alexis. Or Annie by proxy.
So on behalf of Alexis, you all received the report with a few notable mentions. Staff did an amazing job in November with a circulation increase of 35% compared to November last year. We also gained almost 15 subscribers in a month on the newsletter, which I attribute to Annie's diligence in taking over the newsletter weekly. We have already exceeded our goals for 2023 across the board, so good job, team.
Awesome.
And finally, and this is in particular for Ethan, Alexis has updated and added the YouTube meetings to the agenda in Minutes Online.
So that,
Okay.
thank you.
Jean. Oh, do we have any questions for Alexis or Annie? Yeah. We're gonna try to hustle through this one today.
Okay,
We're all the walking wounded at this point.
so we had a mini book sale, we put the sign out, we figured we'd piggyback on the
Mhm.
flea market upstairs Saturday,
And how did that go?
and it went well, right? I put the sign out early, so
Mhm.
people have been coming in and buying stuff before that, and we're gonna leave it up through the end of the week anyhow.
Good, good. That's a
So that was
idea.
good. We renewed the fire, pass me library pass to the Firemen's Museum this month, and our annual meeting will be January 9th here at 10 o'clock in the morning. And our regular meeting Mondays. And I just gave a check for the books to
Right.
the National Award winning books to, I gave the check to Annie to give to whoever.
Who's got the bill?
Oh, Alexis forwarded it, sent me the invoice. Do you need a copy of it?
No, you got it. Who bought the books?
The Friends.
They paid for the
Paid for
books,
them.
but I think Alexis ordered them, so it's probably in
alright.
the.
So do you need
File
a
of
copy of
the-
the invoice? Okay.
You'll get a copy, Ted. I'll break it down next month.
And I did use the Norman Rockwell. Kate and I went over there yesterday in the rain. But it's a great exhibit right now,
Mhm.
Leo Leone, and I didn't know much about his life.
Cooper Union person. I think he was a faculty at Cooper, sorry. My life is about Cooper Union.
His life was, he ended up, started in Amsterdam and ended up and went to Italy, and then when the war happened, he left, came here, and then he went back to. Yeah, I know all his books, but I didn't know his background.
I love his.
It's a great
books are
exhibit.
great. Um. wait, You're done?
I'm done.
Okay, great.
I have nothing.
You know, nothing, nothing. The director hiring, we buffed up the job description. And Nile is not currently posting jobs on their list, so we are pending, the big push to get it out there.
When will they be posting them in next
In
year?
January.
Alright, I mean,
I mean, it's not necessarily January 1, but you know,
Yeah,
like, yeah, so
This
just
is not,
getting.
no
push-
one's really,
push
gonna-
back.
it's a pretty slow
Um,
period right now.
We've gotten one, I've heard of interest
Right.
around, but, we've gotten one application so far. so. That's kind of where that is. Kiri's got nothing. Alexis, do you want to talk about facilities and capital investments?
Sorry, Annie. I'll just, I can't type faster than I can speak. I know that the heat issue was fixed.
Okay,
And we'll hand off to Annie on any changes in the doors or not changes in the doors, but the heat was our priority this month. So we got that fixed.
No change in the door.
Okay. And when was the last time we corresponded with them?
I wanna say a couple weeks ago, I
Okay.
had to follow up on a few other things and I just haven't heard back in general.
the front door pisses me off for some reason.
Okay, so maybe, can you just, do you know exactly what the issues are? Is it possible that one of you could write up a short description of what the issues are that need to be dealt with, because the board meeting's on Thursday and I'm going to the board meeting and I could bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
That's
Yeah,
just
let's
something
make
I
sure
like
we
to
do
do
that.
more.
As someone who is relatively new to this board, would it be helpful? I was going to meet with the town supervisor anyway on other things. Would it be helpful for me to just touch base and like be friendly
Sure.
and say hi and
Sure,
bring up some of the issues as well and see what, like, if there's anything I can do?
unless you think it's gonna hurt your other issue.
Oh, no.
Okay.
But I feel like I'm relatively new. I've never honestly had more than like a minute long conversation with them, so I'm happy to reach out on behalf of the library, but
Yeah, go right ahead.
I think the only thing to keep in mind, and I think that that's fine personally, I don't have, but just as a general question, is if we want it noted on public
Like-
comment.
Let's,
absolutely.
I agree, but why doesn't Allison have the conversation with him? And that gives them another month, and if they don't deal with it by the next month, then we can go back and say, we came to you we've come to you, you know, X, Y, and Z. Most recently, Allison spoke to you, blah, 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 and then we can put them on record, but maybe we can get it dealt with without doing that.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a new town board anyway.
Yeah.
New liaison.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Little conversation with Janine about whether she or Kevin is gonna be, and, you know, like, they don't, neither one, they're not gonna wrestle for it. I don't know if we have a preference. I think both either would be good. I mean,
I think we need to talk about what's the commitment. Sarah was obviously very committed and sat in on every meeting. I'm not sure that's necessarily necessary. And I think, you know, if that's something that they're interested in, great, but I think we could also just make sure that they get the notes and they have the opportunity. If we need to have a conversation with them, and we can have a
Mhm.
conversation with them, but if they're worried about the commitment, I would rather have one of them and not have them not come to the meetings, than not have one of them and have someone else come to the meetings. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we'd be better off with
Right.
them if we could, if they just read notes. These are the issues we have this week, come periodically. I don't know,
And just
what do you-
somebody we can touch base with.
Right,
Yeah.
what do you
directly
think?
too.
Claire?
I think that's a good point. I think it's pretty much, it'll be one of them. I don't think there's a possibility that it's gonna, it's not gonna be Bobby. I don't know whether Matt's interested, you know, so like, I think it's pretty clear it'll be one of them. But I think either would be fine, but I think you're right, we could, yeah, I could have that conversation with them and just say, you know, please know that, you know, you don't have to.
We can also tell them that there's specific meetings that like,
That
it would be
we really
helpful.
like them
We
to
we
hear
really need
and-
you to be at this one,
Right.
so I just feel like, I think they can be really good advocates for us, but I know they also have a lot, it's gonna be a big learning curve for them for the next 6 months or so, and so. That was my opinion.
And the reorg meeting is on the 2nd,
Some second,
yes. That's what you mean, so,
January 2nd,
yeah,
day after New Year's Day.
Because the fire districts is on the following day. So when it's traditionally on the 3rd. They need to have separate days for the meetings. Well, they don't need to, but it's convenient for them.
well, it's gonna be, right,
Yes.
and what, do you know what time it is? It's in the evening or?
I think it's in the evening, but I don't know, and I don't know that it's been posted.
So Annie and Alexis, can you guys just give me a list of like the current issues and then the steps that you normally go through for how you've been reaching out to them? And then I can
Okay.
just say, this is what they've been doing, like, what else do you need from us to hopefully like actually get?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I just wanna confirm after this, your email address to send
Absolutely.
you. Okay,
And the lights are still.
yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, we all really like the color of the lines.
Yeah, I haven't been pushing that at all, I'll be honest. I feel like we had higher priority.
Priority, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a suggestion about the lights, is that, and we've done this in my office before, is that we could order gels, basically
Yes.
like to put in there, so maybe we do that, we just put some gels in there to tone it down a little bit, and that way we don't have to deal with them about replacing the bulbs or anything, and
Can you, in my office, we remove half the bulbs because.
we
they
did
just-
that in my office too, we
Yeah.
took out every other bulb.
Yeah,
But I think the color of these,
colors.
it's
Well,
not just the,
It's not
it's
just.
not just that they're too bright, it's
Yeah.
also that that they're white as opposed to, they're cold as opposed to soft or whatever the words are.
Now I'm.
So I don't know, but
Yeah.
maybe Annie, you could look and see
Yeah.
online if there's something that you
Yeah.
can, it's basically like a
Yeah, it's just the.
clear colored piece of film
Yeah.
that you could put in there and it would.
And I'm sure
tone down.
there's a way to buy the right color
Right.
to
Right,
deal with
and
the.
they probably just make them, you might buy them on Amazon.
Yeah.
So.
The other thing under the facilities I wanted to bring up was lines in the parking lot.
I pulled it tonight
yes.
and I was like, wait, were there any
Yes.
lines?
I
here?
wasn't gonna specifically mention anybody's parking right now, that's why I park against the fence, so I don't look, so. But the other day I came in and I don't know what they had going on upstairs.
It was the flea market Saturday. There were a lot.
No, this was last Wednesday, and people were just, it wasn't even that the parking lot was filled, it was just people were parked
Mhm.
literally everywhere.
I know, it's hard because those lines are not there. They're so.
Do we have any money left with the architect or no? Or Alexis, you can just nod yes or no. Do we have any money left with our architect? So I had
Could
suggested.
come up with a
Come up
plan,
with, maybe we
Yeah.
can come up with a plan to paint that differently. And
right,
maybe there's a way to get the spots in there better,
On the diagonal.
on the diagonal,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah, someone-
Okay, we'll look into that.
Okay,
Sounds like an idea. I can reach out. I don't think they're in office until January, but I can send them an email.
that's fine.
oh, can I just say one more thing
Okay.
for Allison? When you were speaking to Brian, can you ask him about the crosswalk?
Yes.
So there was a crosswalk, and I maybe Ethan, you know more about it from the planning board, but there was
I think there was a
conversation about putting
training.
in like 3 or 4 crosswalks in town. One of which was gonna be by Mount Six House, one of which was gonna be here. And then it kind of just went away. And I don't know why. Sometimes it's because it's not a big enough job for people or what, but can you just ask him what the update is on that?
Yeah.
I would like to know publicly, but if you're in there, you might as well just ask him.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like I'm new enough where I can just introduce myself and have a
So
conversation.
he'll remember you, I'm sure.
Yeah, oh no, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I've. Yes. But if I can be helpful for all of this, I feel like it's a
Yeah.
good opportunity to just at least
100%.
try to be an
You
advocate for
can
it.
be the nice guy.
Yeah, it's true.
Claire and I will glare from our seats.
It'll be interesting.
And it's gonna be like
Next month.
we'll have like a seat for Elijah where Alexis used to sit in between us. So,
We can keep moving her into the text stream. Um. I was gonna say, so I think we're skipping over old business because Patrick's in Amsterdam. New business, we have to vote on the board officers or yeah. So we decided according to the minutes, it was me, Kiri and Kenda, and can we make a motion? Can someone not be elected?
Do we have to do it individually? I meant to look
Do
up
we
in our
have to
bylaws,
do-
if we have to do
Do
it.
we have to do individually and do we have? to do
Yes, yes.
Or just
So I'll make a motion for Claire Gunning as president for the board.
a second.
Who seconded, Curie?
yes? All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Do roll call or no? No.
I also don't know.
Why don't we just do it since
Why don't we do roll call just in case?
Kiri Hannon, aye.
Claire Gunning, aye. I get to vote?
Allison Gallagher,
Ethan, yes.
Kenda, I.
I'll make a motion for Kiri Hannon as vice president of the board.
I'll second that.
I'll third it.
All in favor or roll call? Claire Gunning, aye.
Allison Gallagher,
Ethan,
Kenda, I. Ethan, I.
Wait.
Kira, you gonna vote? Did you vote?
Oh, yeah, I vote for myself. Kiri, aye.
Okay,
And then a motion for Kenda Ward as secretary of the board.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
thank you.
Aye.
Aye.
I.
Ethan, aye.
Kiri,
Kenda, I. Curie, I. Allison, Claire. All right, we got it.
Okay.
God bless us one and all.
Do we need an annual vote on Ted, or is that appointed?
Yes, we do need an annual vote on Ted.
Yeah, and I know I have to take the oath. Ted has to take the oath every year, I believe. Ted?
The oath with
Oh, with the
with
town.
Madeline.
Yeah,
I don't know what their hours are this week, but
You just walk
they
in.
get in do that.
Or you could meet her at the post office.
I do that quite often.
I see her there.
all right. Make a nomination.
Motion to extend Ted Malazzi for 2024.
I second. Oh, so I need to make the motion, right?
You make the motion.
I make the motion to extend Ted Malazzi,
I second.
Should put on financial officer.
financial
Financial
officer,
officer.
not just to extend him, that would be like weird.
That's your title, financial officer, not chief? All right,
All in favor?
aye.
Everybody voted aye. Okay, so are we gonna run through the gist of the amendment to the budget? Okay.
Yeah, some of these details we'll go over in executive session. But basically, you guys know the shuffling we've had to do with staff. And we've made some alterations to the budget to reflect those changes in staff. So that we can keep on the new addition Molly throughout the year. Mary should be back from disability in January, so we had to make some adjustments to her scheduling as well. So because of that, we tweaked a couple of line items. It was only a difference of about $5,000, all said and done. So it wasn't a huge change. You guys can see the changes reflected, but we need to accept that or approve that based on those amendments. I've already sent this to Claire and Kiri. We had a discussion about it, and I also talked to Ted about it briefly today, as much as I can talk about anything. So if you have any questions, let me know. But I will go over this in more detail in the
Sorry,
executive.
5,000 up or down?
It was 5,000 up on personnel.
Okay.
We offset that 5,000 on two other line items.
Okay,
Meaning our final budget number is the same.
Pretty close, yeah.
Pretty close. It was a little less actually, but yeah. Yeah, it changed it by like $200 at the end of the day. And still leaves us well ahead of where we were last year. Or this year, because
Yeah,
2020 is not over yet, but you know what I mean.
do we want to talk first before we vote, or just go ahead and vote?
We can talk before we vote, yeah.
So we
And
will-
Claire, I'll just call you, just put me on.
Okay, we can do that.
We'll need a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session to discuss.
Hey. Can we invite Ted into that?
And I would like to invite our financial officer, Ted Malazzi, to come and join us.
All in favor?
I second.
At
Second.
this point.
Feel
All in
better,
favor?
get better,
Thank you,
Alexis.
Jean.
Thank you, Jean.
Are you ready for me to mute and turn off the video?
Yes. And
Someone gonna call me?
Hi, everyone.
Did,
Happy
did we
holidays.
vote? Yes, we're all in favor.
Happy
All right, so we're good.
Kenda, make sure you mute and turn off your video as well. It'll take them a minute to get back on.
I was gonna say, I didn't hear a thing.
Yeah, I think they went to go get Annie and then they'll bring us back. We're just a great bunch tonight.
I'm telling you. Merry Christmas, one and all.
Oh, I know. I hope I'm over this by Christmas.
Yeah, you'll be better. Do you have to go out or can you stay home and rest? And
Now, I got very specific instructions. Do not leave my house for 7 days.
yeah, you can't.
No, they kept me overnight and then they were like, you gotta rest this week. So
Oh, and where are you staying? Are you staying with your mom?
Okay, Kenda,
I
or-
have my own place.
Okay, sorry.
To close executive session,
Second,
all in favor?
I,
I
Okay. So we discussed personnel issues in closed session or executive session, one of which was the need to extend the contract for Alexis Tackett. So we need to vote on that. We're gonna extend the contract with the same verbiage until March
31st.
31st?
31st.
31st.
30 days has September, April, June, and November, 31st.
So if someone could make a motion to that fact, that we're gonna extend Alexis's contract until March 31st.
So
make them, oh, okay.
Worker. Take your pick, Kenda, me and Carrie.
All right, go ahead. Carrie said it first.
Yeah, Carrie said it first.
Second,
Okay, everybody, yay. Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is that the only thing we had to vote on?
The budget modification.
Wait, the budget. So we need to vote on the changes to the budget as discussed. Motion? Somebody?
I make a motion to accept the changes to the budget, which do not change
Change the
the
budget.
overall amount of the budget.
I'll second.
They are changing the overall,
It's like
Like
$2.
400 up,
257.
257.
Which does not significantly change the budget.
I make a motion to accept the changes made to the budget that reduce the budget by $257.
All in favor, is there, and Ken the second, you,
Yes,
all in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Ethan made a motion to adjourn.
Oh, my goodness.
Second.
I seconded.
Claire seconded, okay.
Seconded. All in favor?
Oh, yeah, yes. Let's go home and rest.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Feel better.
Okay.
Hydrate.
I said everybody.